We're here today with Miss Minnie Boomer. Miss Minnie is a charter member or first-time alumnus, founding member of Westar, and we're happy to have her with us here today. I'm Ralph Cousar, a member of the 2013 Westar class, and again, we're just proud to have Miss Minnie with us today. I've got 9 questions that I've been asked to ask you.
Okay.
And the first one is, what was your involvement with Westar during the beginning?
I was asked to become a board member, one of the first, and we formed the first Westar trustee, board of trustees, and served in that capacity for over 10 years.
Oh, great. 10 years.
Over 10 years. It was a little over 10 years.
What is your involvement with Westar presently?
I have no involvement with right now. Just keep up with what you all are doing, and really glad that it's still going on and everything that it should be.
So other than occasional interviews.
Yeah, yeah.
Describe your career at that time, back when you were first involved with Westar.
At the time that I was originally involved with Westar, I had just become a board member here in Covington on the City Board of Mayor and Alderman. First woman, first black to serve on that board. And actually it was because of that and doing some other things in the community. I was one community-wide person that worked with a lot of things in the community, and I was asked to do that. And that's my career, I guess, would have been a community activist, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that kind of answered the next question, but you might want to add just a little bit to it. Describe your community involvement at that time.
Okay, at the time that, like I said, I was a community activist. Got the city. We got the city divided into districts, and I became the first person elected in District 1 in Covington, and of course the first black to be elected on the city board, first woman too, and still the only woman that's ever served on the board, which is not something that I'm proud of. I'd like to have had more women serve on the board,
but you were a pioneer in 2 respects.
Yeah, in those
color and gender.
Gender, yeah.
Both of those. In looking back at the beginning of the program, is it today what you would have expected it to be?
Yeah, we really had high hopes. As a matter of fact, we bought into the idea of Dr. Smith was the first, and I know you've heard a lot about him. You may not have met him.
Yeah, we met him at one of our sessions in Martin.
Wonderful. He's a wonderful guy. When he brought this leadership program, the idea, and developed it, he had an idea of what he wanted it to look like and how long he wanted it to last. He wanted it to be an ongoing thing. And I really think that it is going in that direction. Has gone in that direction, and I think it's continuing. So I'm real proud of the people that's come through and the things that they are doing.
Well, being one of the founding members, it does look like that would be something to be proud of.
Yeah, we're very proud of it.
What would you like to see for the next 25 years for Westar?
I'd like for it to continue. I'd like for them to look back in 50 years from now and be able to say, when this started, we were not doing this, but now we're doing this. Say a governor could come from West Tennessee, because we did have a legislator to come out of that, and we had some other things. People that decided they want to run for office became mayor, and actually sit on councils and things that didn't think that they could do it, but after going through Westar, they found that they were obligated actually to do it. You have a responsibility to do things more in your community. And so I'd like to see that in 25 years from now. I'd like for you to look back, or somebody to look back and say, hey, this was a wonderful thing and it's still going on, and these are the things that we've accomplished.
What has changed most in West Tennessee during your lifetime or during your time in West Tennessee?
Let's say lifetime, because I've always lived here. Covington is home. I was born in Covington, as a matter of fact, inside the city limit, Covington, and went to school at Fraser, one of the, and at the time, during my lifetime, I guess the thing that's most prevalent is that we have integration now where it was completely segregation when I grew up. And living in Covington, looking at the changes, seeing the changes that's come about, I'm just real proud of Covington, because even as a little girl, I always liked Covington because people would smile a lot, and everybody was, seemed to get along pretty good. I like that. I like remembering that. I don't like remembering strife. I like to remember the good things.
Right.
And in the years that I've lived, which is quite a while now, and I'm glad to say, because never thought I'd live to get this old, but I'm really, really, really proud to say that I've seen some real positive changes. There are a few things that certainly you don't like, but most of the changes that I've seen have been very positive changes, really positive changes, and I'm glad about that.
That's good. What is the most critical issue that we in West Tennessee currently face?
I think that's true of all Tennessee. I think education is a problem for us now. I think that even at the time that I was growing up, even though it was a segregated system, it was a system that you learned when you got through school, regardless to if you got through 8th grade, you really was a literate person. And if you finished 12th grade, you could go anywhere, to any college, any place, and get in. And I'm a perfect example of that, because I graduated in '57, and it was not until '67 that I went to another school. I went to nursing school, and I was still at the top of my class. And and I say that because it's not so now. The education that children are receiving is not where they are really learning, where they are not being given that thirst for knowledge that I had when I was growing up. I wanted to learn. I wanted things to be different, and I don't see that. So I think education is a big problem for West Tennessee, but it's also a problem for all over Tennessee. I don't think we're getting the most out of all of our children. I think all of our children. I think that's why we have the level of poverty that we have, because we're not educating people to be able to take care of themselves. Because education is the answer. It really truly is.
Right. Is there anything interesting or comical that you would like to share regarding your experience with Westar?
Well, the thing that I remember all the time, and Dr. Smith always, every time that I see him, and every time that I'm in a setting with him, he always records it. Always saying this. So, and to me, it's funny, but because I'm in it kind of factual. When he called me, he had calling people to get on the board, putting the board together. And when he finally got in touch with me, he said, "I've been trying to call you for a week or so now." He said, "But everybody says that I've got to get Minnie Boomer. I got to get Minnie Boomer." He said, "And I really want you to be on this board." And when he said that, I said, "Well, Dr. Smith, I'm sorry. I have to tell you, whatever the year, I said, this is, I think it was 80, 89, 99, whatever it was. I said, I have decided I am not being on another board where I am the only woman or the only black. I am not going to do it, and I'm sorry, I can't." He said, "Oh, well, you won't get out of it." He said, "Because you know Dr. Karen Boria?" I said, "Yes, I do." He said, "Well, Dr. Boria has already considered to be on the board." And he said, "And that's a woman." I said, "Yes, sir, I know that." And he said, "Well, what about, do you know," he called the man saying, "Mr. Williams." And I said, "No, I don't know him." He said, "Well, I can tell you, he's a black man. So you won't be the only woman and you won't be the only black." And he said, "So you can't get out of it." I said, "Yes, sir, well then I'll be on it." And that's how I got on that. And he laughs about it all the time. But I said, I was serious. I was really serious. "I know you were serious." He said, "But I knew that I wanted you on the board, and I'm so glad that we had already gotten the other two people on there."
Right,
so
that's great.
Really
that's a good story.
It is. It was really good.
Really good story.
And the other thing that I really liked, that I was serving on the Lower Mississippi Delta board under who was in Jones, Congressman Jones, and Congressman Jones was the honorary chair, you know, when we first started. And I got a chance to sit on that board with him again because I really respected him, and he was really a good chair, and I really liked
So
him.
you're talking about former Congressman Ed Jones?
Ed Jones, yes, Congressman Ed Jones, yes. Yes, and so those two experiences to serve with him on the Lower Mississippi Delta Center Board, and then be able to serve with him on Westar Board, those things were good because he valued me as a person, and listened to the things that I really admired him as being a chair. So I was really glad I got a chance to do those.
Well, good, good. I don't know if our camera can see this or not, but we do have the plaque that Ms. Boomer was given for being on the Board of Trustees of Westar. It says in recognition of commitment to shaping the future of West Tennessee, presented to Minnie Boomer, Board of Trustees. So we're real proud of that. I'm sure she's proud of that. I'm proud to have known Ms. Boomer for as long as I have. We've been friendly acquaintances for probably about 35 years or so. And it's been my pleasure to have her here with me today. And we appreciate what you've done in Covington, what you've done in West Tennessee, what you've done with Westar. And you truly are a pioneer, and you should be proud of that. Our city should be proud of that, and I am proud of that.
Well, I'm proud. I'm proud of the fact that you wanted to interview me, because there are other Westar people here that you probably could have chosen, but you chose me, and I'm real pleased about that. And I'm pleased that you're on the Westar, you're one of the class members, because I really think that everybody in business should go through that. You know, if you really want to know what Tennessee, West Tennessee is all about, Westar is a program to go on.
It is a learning experience, and I've made some good friends, and learned a lot about West Tennessee that I wouldn't even have thought about.
That's right. You lived here all, you know, you live here, but until you actually go through that and really have that experience of learning people that you wouldn't have ever come in contact with, and seeing what West Tennessee is all about. So I'm really proud, and thank you for asking me.
Well, thank you for being with us and sharing with us.
Thank you.